Well, there he is, good old Benito Cheeto himself. And you know who he's with there? Good old Stevie Threesher. Good old Steve Bannon, the founder, the anti-Semitic, homophobic, racist creator of Breitbart. You know, that right-wing conspiracy hate machine of a news organization. Good old Breitbart. I remember when a lot of starseeds liked Breitbart, and I tried telling them, yeah, it's full of shit, and it's a bunch of bullshit, and Steve Bannon's full of shit. But yeah, no, they loved him. Just like they loved the old Sludge Report. I wonder if anybody out there remembers the old Sludge Report with Matt Drudge. The good old pro-white, pro-nationalist alternative news. Great for every Ku Klux Klan member to listen to. So with the midterms coming up, let's see how Trump lied his ass off in 2020 to try to get the election overturned. I don't trust these pro-white nationalist fucking Christian Republicans one bit.
And what Trump's going to do is just declare victory, right? He's going to declare victory. But that doesn't mean he's the winner. He's just going to say he's the winner. The Democrats, more of our people vote early that count. Theirs voted mail. And so they're going to have a natural disadvantage, and Trump's going to take advantage of it. That's our strategy. He's going to declare himself a winner. So when you wake up Wednesday morning, it's going to be a firestorm. Also, if Trump is losing by 10 or 11 o'clock at night, it's going to be even crazier. No, because he's going to sit right there and say they stole it.
Agree.
I'm directing the Attorney General to shut down all ballot places in all 50 states. It's going to be no. He's not going out easy. If Biden's winning, Trump is going to do some crazy shit.
I remember maybe a week after the election was called, I popped into the Oval just to give the president the headlines and see how he was doing. And he was looking at the TV and he said, "Can you believe I lost to this effing guy?"
Mark raised it with me on the 18th, and so following that conversation, we're the motorcade ride driving back to the White House, and I said, does the president really think that he lost? And he said, a lot of times he'll tell me that he lost, but he wants to keep fighting it, and he thinks that there might be enough to overturn the election, but he pretty much has acknowledged that he's lost.
Knowing that he had lost and that he had only...
So we're in the Oval and there's a discussion going on. And the president says, I think it could have been Pompeo, but he says words to the effect of, yeah, we lost, we need to let that issue go to the next guy, meaning President Biden.
I was in the Oval Office, and at some point in the conversation, Matt Oskowski, who is the lead data person, was brought on, and I remember he delivered to the president pretty blunt terms that he was going to lose.
And that was based, Mr. Miller, on Matt and the data team's assessment of the sort of county by county, state by state results as reported?
Correct.
At times, President Trump acknowledged the reality of his loss. Although he publicly claimed that he had won the election, privately he admitted that Joe Biden would take over as president. Here's a few examples of that.
So we're in the Oval and there's a discussion going on. And the president says, I think it could have been Pompeo, but he says words to the effect of, yeah, we lost, we need to let that issue go to the next guy, meaning President Biden.
Other Americans. The investigation has been sweeping. Smith's team interviewing election officials in at least 5 states, probing an alleged effort to install slates of fake electors, and interviewing the former president's closest aides for a window into his mindset in the weeks after he lost the election. They want to know, did Trump know he had lost the election, and was he illegally trying to overturn the results anyway? Witnesses like Cassidy Hutchinson, the top aide to former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, have publicly testified that Trump knew.
So he had said something to the effect of, I don't want people to know we lost, Mark. This is embarrassing. Figure it out. We need to figure it out. I don't want people to know that we lost.
Please recognize that President Donald Trump was in a unique position, better informed about the absence of widespread election fraud than almost any other American. President Trump's own campaign experts told him that there was no evidence to support his claims. His own Justice Department appointees investigated the election fraud claims and told him point blank they were false.
He's already trying to start the same fucking bullshit with his voter ID shit. You already need ID to vote, fuckers. You can't vote illegally. It doesn't happen. You're pissing in the wind thinking it can.